This video is brought to you by Grainger Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country.
I have been so excited for this day because Jeep just dropped off one of the coolest Wranglers they have built in a long time. Andre, what is this Jeep?
Oh my goodness, Tommy, this is the 2026 Willys 41 edition.
That's right, and in today's video, we're introducing you to our new long-termer. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna do with this Wrangler 41, and then we're gonna get it into some dirt. This thing's got like 340 miles on it, so it's long overdue to hit some rocks. Let's go do it. All right, so we'll go into 4-low. Come on, boom! There we go, and let's
in neutral.
Do our first impressions. Now, first thing you notice, Andre, is always in these things, just how big the windows are and how great the visibility is, you know?
Not so much.
You don't think so?
Well, the side glass is fine, but the front is a little bit still squishy.
It's a little squishy, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going down our trenches course here.
Yes.
We're gonna take it nice and slow. Now, we don't have that sway bar disconnect that the Rubicon has.
So it might hang a tire.
Yep.
Lift the tire up and down.
We're definitely doing it, but you still got solid axles.
Yeah, front and rear. And I really, really hope, Tommy, that as long as you and I are alive and reviewing things, that will maintain the front solid axle.
I love your enthusiasm, Andre, but I'm not sure that's a great place to put your money.
Well, because they have so many other crossovers.
I know.
So why touch the Wrangler goodness?
There you have it, the 41. Andre, what the heck is that?
Well, that's a brand new 2026 Gladiator 41 edition in the same color. And we're gonna do another video with that truck and a lot more testing coming up soon. But Tommy, let's focus on this.
Yeah, you're kind of stealing my thunder over here, Andre.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, but Tommy, this color is amazing because really Jeep is leaning into their heritage, right? They're calling this exterior color 41, and look at these wheels.
Dude, this is by far the single best part of this entire package. Jeep knocked it out of the park with these wheels. Are these 18s or 17s, Andre?
I think these are
17s.
Oof. A lot of tire. And on this Wrangler 4-door Unlimited, we have this. This is the way it was delivered from the factory, right? And this is a BF Goodrich KO2. So not the latest KO3 technology, but nonetheless, I really like this tire.
Now, of course, this thing is named 41 because it's inspired by the Jeep on this center cap.
Yes.
And that is, of course, the original World War II Willys. And Jeep, to commemorate that, has come out with this really interesting limited edition model. But Andre, these wheels are kind of crazy because they look like a throwback steel wheel painted in kind of that olive drab.
Yeah.
But I think they're aluminum. So you get the look of a steel, but the lightness of an aluminum wheel right there.
This is high tech. And of course, at the end of this video, we'll tell you about pricing, all the options. We can check out the interiors on these Jeeps. And it's kind of a combination of a little bit fancy, but also simple. For example, the little rear tail lamps are kind of simple, right? But why change it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, a lot of this is going to be familiar if you are a fan or if you own a JL Wrangler. Now, this one, Andre, this 41, it's got some interesting things going on. I really do like the color-matched hardtop in this particular trim. I'm not usually a fan of it because it adds a little bit of cost and another thing to scratch out in the trees, but it just works with the green on the green with the painted flares, I think.
It's almost camouflaged, especially depending on where you are, right? I mean, if you went into those trees, you would disappear and I will never see you again.
You would never see it, right? And listen, if you're looking at buying one of these Jeep Wranglers and you fall in love with it and you want to keep it well past the factory warranty, that's where today's sponsor comes in, Grainger Warranty. It's no secret that these new cars are full of all sorts of tech, and I know there's a lot of nerves surrounding what's going to happen to these cars when they get older. Well, that's where Grainger comes in with the Grainger Warranty. You've got that peace of mind knowing that your car is going to be fixed at the dealer with factory provided parts. So check out Grainger Warranty using the link below. And now back to the video. Now as we come along to the back of the Jeep, this is kind of interesting. It does have the 4-wheel drive decal there in this kind of gray color. I wish it was black though. It would stick out a little bit better than that gray.
It's kind of stealthy.
And then coming around over here, let's see what else we can talk about. This one does have the optional side steps and rocker protection.
Yes.
So in the past, you know, you can spec Jeeps with the rock rails, but then they don't offer any step advantage. But this is kind of nice because you can kind of put your foot up there to help you get in.
Yeah, but Tommy, does it have a V8? Let's go look.
Andre, you don't need no hood latch.
What?
What are you doing, man?
I was just in a different truck with a Honda and all that stuff. Sorry about that.
Oh, look at that too, Andre.
What?
The hood decal.
Ooh, 41.
Nice.
This hood is very hot. Ow, ow, ow.
Look up.
Oh my God.
There you go. Raw and unedited today, Andre.
Okay, I got it. Is it the V8?
It's not a V8, no.
Oh.
No, this is the engine. They've sold over 1 million of these. The 3.6 Pentastar. I think I know this engine more than I know my own wife at this point. I mean, I certainly have more miles than the Pentastar, but this is a 285 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. This one's got the automatic transmission. They killed the 4xe for 2026.
Yeah, so the plug-in hybrid is gone completely from the lineup.
Yep. But you know, this is a workhorse, right? This engine has really proven itself to a lot of Jeep owners to be a long-lasting, durable, reliable unit. And other than some issues people have had with the plastic oil filter housings, they do seem to last a long time. You know, I talked to some service techs, Andre, at our local Jeep dealer, Johnson's Auto Plaza.
Yes.
He was saying that, you know, Master Tech, he's seen hundreds of these and he often sees them with over 200,000 miles. So it's not a bad unit, but I do wish it had a 5.7 Hemi. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, of course, the reason why I was kind of joking about the V8 is because they have a series of new 392s, right? Rolling out in the Wranglers. And it's rumored also for the Gladiator.
Yep.
That's why I was kind of joking about this. But do they still offer the 2-liter in the Wrangler?
Oh yeah, you can still get the 2.0, but you can't get the diesel. No plug-in hybrid.
No.
And you know, we'll see how this 3.6 does in another round of testing. It continues to impress. Now, Andre, look at this too. I'm just noticing. Steel bumpers.
Yes.
That's cool.
I think winch ready, right?
Winch ready, yeah.
Yeah, so you could put a winch in here.
Stick a winch in there. It's got the LED headlights, the LED turn signals and running lights.
I love that.
Although, no sway bar disconnect in this guy.
Yeah, and there's no front locking differential in this model.
And whenever I get into a Wrangler and take it into even a little bit of off-roading like in Andre's pit here, I forget just how amazing and at home these feel.
Yes.
You know, it feels natural bringing these things out into the dirt and flexing them out. It feels like bringing a Porsche to the racetrack.
Yes,
you know, this is what it's designed to do. This is what it excels at, more so than 98% of vehicles on the market. All right, we're going up, Andre.
Yep.
So we're in low range, rear locker off. Definitely,
okay, traction control system is working.
Definitely picking up some tires here.
Yes. And those KO2s are biting.
They're doing what they need to do. We're just aired up right now. You can really feel that suspension working underneath us, right? But lots of torque out of that V6.
Plenty. Even though this is not a Rubicon transfer case, right? This is not that low 4-to-1.
Exactly right. It's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
That's all you need, really.
It's good.
I mean, and the thing is, like, I know that this doesn't have the sway bar disconnect or the front locker, but it still does have the Gen 3 Dana 44 in the front.
Yeah.
And more importantly, this will still go just about everywhere you could possibly want to go in a new car.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a look inside.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I love this two-tone interior.
Pretty cool. So, I'm noticing we got cloth seats here, but this is an interesting color cloth you don't usually see. What is this, Andre?
This is Heritage Tan.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
nice. This is cool. I mean, you know, I'm more of a leather guy, but I know a lot of people like cloth. Like my wife, for example, we just rented one of these in Florida.
Yeah.
And she was so thankful it had cloth because it was really hot and muggy and you don't want to be sticking to leather.
Yeah.
This is great. But Andre, look at this. Just because it's cloth doesn't mean it's a bean can. We got heated seats in this thing?
Yeah.
Do we have power seats?
Well, no,
Nope.
It doesn't appear so. But heated steering wheel, I love the dashboard. I mean, I sound like a fanboy, but dude, I truly like the layout of this.
Yeah, and what I like about it is it still has buttons and switches and knobs.
Yes.
So this is a really big deal. You know, so many cars we drive now have gone a full touch everything. But look at this. You got knobs for climate, knobs for audio. You've got buttons for windows, which, believe it or not, is not necessarily something.
Power windows.
Oh, and then Andre, this is what you were talking about earlier. Look at this, only a rear locker.
Yes, and also a nice little 41 touch right here as well.
Ooh, that's kind of nice.
Yep.
And then this is off-road plus off-road mode. This one's got the auxiliary switches.
And media, just connectivity.
Yeah, and then when you look at the driver's side of things, I'm noticing here too, adaptive cruise control. It's got the 7-inch cluster screen with the, of course, mechanical dials there.
Yep.
Power locks. It doesn't have the My Sky top, so these are still the removable panels, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Yeah, this is nicely equipped. And then the Uconnect 5, 12.3-inch display with wireless Apple CarPlay. All of that's integrated here in the home screen. So this is a nice looking interior.
Oh, I was noticing also off-road pages on this guy.
Oh, nice. So there you can see locking rear diff. There's your transfer case. This doesn't have the full-time transfer case. This is the part-time transfer case. What about gauges, Andre?
Ooh, I love gauges. You know me.
You're a big gauge guy.
Yes.
And then, of course, your pitch and roll. So, yeah, this thing's, it's got, I think, pretty much every option except for the power seats and the leather and the My Sky. But it's got the Alpine, too, I'm noticing, premium audio, and the Corning Gorilla Glass.
Gorilla Glass, and also this little accessory bar for the cameras.
Oh, we'll have to try that. I've never actually used that.
Yes.
So it's pretty nice. You know, still no ventilated seats in this, and we'll talk about the price here a little bit later. But it's got pretty much everything else you'd want.
But also the latest safety technology, right? Like the airbags up above.
And I was reading for 2026, they fixed that thing where it rolls over in the small overlap crash test.
Oh, yes. Do you want to go show that?
Yeah, why
Actually,
don't we pop out?
There's a little additional frame component.
Yeah, look at this. You can tell the 26s, because if you look down here behind the front tire, there is this little add-on piece of steel that kind of covers the frame rail.
Yeah.
That's, of course, where your small overlap crash test is.
Yeah.
And that's an easy way to tell a 2026 model year right there.
And it seems like it provides a little bit extra protection, right?
That's always good.
Which is nice.
Yeah, nice.
I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Okay.
Okay, so the good news is that this Jeep starts at $38,600.
Not bad.
But the bad news is that the 41 package is extra. And it's a lot extra because you have to get the preferred customer preferred package at over 7,000, dude.
Yeah. So you're looking at like mid to high 40s.
Okay, but then there's more.
Okay.
Because like you were saying, you know, there's the automatic costs extra.
$3 grand, by the way.
$3 grand, which is a lot. There's the color match top, and the final price, oof, 57 and a half.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it does give you a lot of nice things, like, you know, it's got cloth seats, but they're heated steering wheel, big screen, all that stuff, power windows. So
capabilities here too.
Yeah, and it clearly it'll take you where you need to go, but there's no way around it. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. And also, of course, stay tuned. We'll talk about the Gladiator in a separate video.
Yeah, if you want to see that, check that out over at all TFL.
Yeah.
But let's wrap this up, Andre, by talking about what we're going to do with this thing.
Yes, I can't wait. What do you have planned?
So I asked Jeep to lend us this Wrangler, and actually Andre's Gladiator over there, through the Easter Jeep Safari, so we can take them out to Moab and kind of compare them a little bit. But what I'm really excited to do is we actually, in the barn up on top of the ridge there, we have a 1945 World War II Jeep, and I really want to do a thorough off-road test comparing the new one to the model it's based after. I think that'd be really cool. But Andre, I think we could also do some interesting comparisons to the Gladiator.
Yeah, because the Gladiator has a longer wheelbase, it has different capacity for towing. We could do efficiency comparison. We could do maybe a trailer tow comparison potentially.
Yeah, great idea. Does this thing have a hitch?
Yes, and wiring.
Yes! Woo!
Yes.
So all of that's coming up to the channel here very, very shortly. And let us know what you want to see on this 2026 Wrangler, if there's anything we missed. We got a whole bunch coming for you soon, including some comparisons to the Land Cruiser, that kind of thing. But as always, this has been Tommy.
And Andre.
We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.